Hey guys, welcome to the week here at the No-Gi course. And today we're going to do the Americana from the top side control. So we're going to go a little bit through the complications of how to set it up specifically today. So perhaps there's some new details for you if you've done this before, right? So here, side control, and obviously what I'm looking for is to grab his wrist, bring it down to the floor, and here we go, right? But there are some things that I have to think about, especially thinking about the opposite arm here, right? A lot of the times when I start attacking this arm, there's a solution for that, right? He's going to bring his arm in. He'll go over there, for example, this, or grab his own hand and then pull it back in, and so on and so on, or this, right? So I want to strip him away of his defenses first, okay? So first, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be laying slightly on the side. So a very normal side control would be here with the cross face on a little bit, right? Sometimes this is the right thing to do, especially if I'm just established the position and he's scrambling and he's using a lot of energy, right? But when things are slowing down, I can start looking to bring myself a little bit to the side here, still putting weight on top of him. But you'll see my legs are pointing this way up towards his head. And now I can start moving my hand up towards his chin here, okay? Now, the idea here is that a lot of the movement he does comes from his head, right? So if he wants to hip escape, he's going to bring his head off the floor, and then he's going to, yes, move his hip away, okay? Now, so I'm going to start pushing his chin up, and it's important to think about the IGF rules so that you don't get a penalty here. So you want to stay away from his mouth, right? So you're just going to be pushing right underneath his chin here, chin, right? And so this is both irritating because it stops his movement from being optimal, and two, it's just, yeah, really, really irritating. People don't want their hands in your face, right? So now he's likely going to start grabbing my wrist and trying to take it away, right? And if it's this hand, I'm going to start looking to grab his wrist, or if it's the other hand, I'm going to go and look to grab his wrist here, okay? And it's always going to be like a little, like a grip fight here, obviously. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, in this scenario, I'm going to be looking to grab this hand first here, okay? So what I'm looking to do is catch this under my leg and now trap it underneath here, okay? Now, once I've trapped it, I've taken away one of his arms, and I can start focusing on the other arm. So let's look at it this way. He's going to be grabbing my wrist, so I'm going to grab his, push it down, and then trapping it between my legs here, okay? We have some attacks here, but we're going to do that later on. Okay. Now, once I've trapped his arm, I'm keeping this leg bent, of course, and I can start looking to either go back to the side control and kind of keep it here a little bit, or he really wants to push me away. Now I can start grabbing his wrist and push it down towards the floor here. Okay. You'll see I can also already grab my wrist here straight away, but sometimes people are going to be straightening their arm too, and then you have sort of like an armbar situation here too. But the important part now is because I have this arm, he can't bridge up towards this side anymore, okay? So if he was free, he would be able to compensate and come up on this side. But because I trapped it, well, I'm here, okay? Now, you have a couple of variations here. I can grab my own hand and use both hand on top of hand here, or I can grab my wrist. But the important part is I'm going to bring his elbow down to the floor, and I'm going to keep it tight to his rib here, okay? At this point, I can just lay straight on top of him and keep my body weight low and try not to go too high because now I'm creating space for him, right? So I want to keep his back on the floor and pull his elbow low, rotate his wrist out, and there we have it, okay? So from the beginning, I'm going to be bothering him in the face. You grab my wrist, I can catch his arm, and there we go, right? Now I can look to grab his other wrist, push it to the floor, here, palm on top of palm or on wrist, bring it tight to the ribs, and rotate his wrist away, okay? It's kind of like the opposite. You want to de-accelerate the motorcycle, right? And then there we go, okay? You will see that he's instinctively bridging his hips to compensate for the rotation, right? If my chest was off him, this would actually work because he's actually maintaining his arm in a stable position by or coming up. Okay, so one last time. You. And we have it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Was.